I don't know what's worse, spending your whole life in this industry and watching it fade while you're still inside it, or getting right up to the edge, joining the union, preparing to start and realizing the door is already closed and no one told you. The production list is empty again. This is the third summer like this, and still, the narrative is, just wait, it's coming back, but it's not. It left, quietly, on purpose. Let's name it. This isn't about overspending. It's not about post-COVID economics. This is deliberate repositioning. It's strategic behavioral containment. They offer just enough benefits to prevent revolt, not enough resources to encourage mobility, constant stress to suppress long-term vision. This isn't a mistake. It's engineered stagnation, especially for industries like film, where worker visibility and union strength could threaten control. You can't leave to broke. You can't speak out to desperate. You can't plan long-term, no stability. You're too tired to rebel, too credentialed to start over, and too unionized to be hired elsewhere. And that's the perfect worker for them. It's about keeping the workforce disoriented, separated, and dependent. Keeping people manageable matters more than growing the economy. They already have the wealth. What they need now is stability of control, because a desperate person will say yes to anything, will self-police and stay quiet, will burn out chasing scraps, will turn against others before turning against power. A dead person is useless. A self-sufficient person is dangerous, but a half-fed, overqualified, emotionally exhausted person, that's the perfect citizen. Over time, they normalized this new minimum, barely surviving, always waiting. Homelessness became part of the environment, used as a threat more than a crisis, a visible reminder of what happens if you fall too far behind. And through it all, people were kept too tired to fight back, too isolated to organize, too afraid to ask why nothing is moving. This isn't mismanagement, it's a loop. You're not supposed to move forward, you're supposed to stay in place and stay quiet. Homelessness that is managed, not solved. Billion-dollar anti-poverty programs that maintain poverty. People didn't riot, they didn't revolt, they got unemployment. The same $450 per week we've received since 2005. Not enough to move forward, but just enough to stay still, just enough to keep the lights on, just enough to stay obedient. This wasn't a temporary adjustment. It was a shift in logic. They're not trying to break people. They're trying to keep them functioning just enough. And if you're wondering why they don't just fix it, why they don't lower taxes, keep productions here, let us flood the state with tax revenue from our actual wages. It's because this is the fix. They've already chosen the new system, and this is it. Let's talk business. Taxes. The numbers prove it's a choice. 1998. Canada begins offering aggressive film tax credits. 2002. Louisiana follows. 2005. Georgia launches a 20 to 30% uncapped rebate. 2009. California reacts with a capped $100 million annual program. 2015. It's increased to $330 million. 2024. A proposal for $750 million is announced but delayed until 2025. 2026. Meanwhile, a single blockbuster film can cost $200 to $300 million. 50 such films equals $15 billion in production. $9 billion would be spent in California. At a 20% rebate equals $1.8 billion. Return to studios. State recoups over $1 billion in income tax from crew, cast, and vendors. This is profitable. But instead of doing that, they spent over $20 billion on unemployment payouts. They chose to lose production, lose taxes, and pay people to sit at home instead of creating tax-generating jobs. You ask me where the logic is. There is none unless the goal was never to make money. And yet, California keeps the cap, doesn't automate approvals, and allows other regions to outcompete them by design. Because returning production means returning leverage to organized labor. Permits. Reform to distract from structural loss. Average Los Angeles shoot permit $2,800, $3,000. In New Mexico $500. In Georgia often under $100. New streamlining proposals in LA suggest modest cuts. Maybe a few $100s off paperwork. That doesn't matter. The projects that left union scale, studio-backed films aren't avoiding LA because of paperwork. They left because California refused to compete on tax credits and labor flexibility. Cutting $300 from permits is like lowering snack prices on a plane that's already left the airport. The goal of permit reform isn't return, it's optics, to give city workers something to point to when asked what they're doing. To keep people calm, to slow anger, not to bring work back. The union, locked in a dead structure. The union system was built when the industry stayed in one place. You joined the LA local. You worked in LA. Production didn't move. The structure worked. Now, production moves state to state, country to country. You join in LA. You still have to rebuild your hours to work union in New York. Your benefits don't follow you. Your protections don't scale. There's no national hiring platform. No integrated crew sharing. If a job goes to Canada or Budapest, you're out. Back when there were hundreds of union productions happening, the system made sense. There were enough jobs, the structure was functioning. The purpose was clear. Today, that environment has changed. Production in Los Angeles is minimal, yet dues remain the same: $8,400 to join, $300 per quarter to maintain membership. And for many new members, especially those who join during or after the industry's shift, there is no clear pathway. In this new reality, the union may need to rethink its role not just in preserving standards, but in creating access, helping new members integrate, building bridges into a system that's increasingly decentralized and competitive. So then the question becomes, if the union doesn't help you get jobs, doesn't protect you in the broader industry, and doesn't scale to where the work is going, what exactly is it offering, especially to those just entering the system? What we need now isn't nostalgia, it's function. A union that works in 2025 would create a national, digital hiring system so members can work across states, make hours and benefits portable even internationally, set up chapters in every active production zone, export labor standards and training to new hubs, coordinate strikes across multiple regions, not just Los Angeles. At this point, you have to decide what you want to do. The world is never going to be the same. If you want to move on, then move on. Learn something new. Look into all cybersecurity, systems that don't depend on anyone else's approval. Build skills that make you independent where no company, no platform, no studio can block your access to income. Go online, stay portable, be untouchable. But if you're staying, if production is still what you live for, then understand this: nothing is going to change. Not unless you say something. Not unless you raise concern. Not unless you're fucking annoying as fuck. Be noisy. Be impossible to ignore. Because silence is the only thing this system is counting on.